Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ibone Gemonte, Ndoma Biafra. Lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're welcome to Let's Talk TV. Your one and only YouTube platform that gives only legit and quality news and information on all the activities where they happen for Biafran territory. Please subscribe and do not forget to share this video to as many groups, to as many platforms as possible. As you do so, may God bless you. Now, straight up to the news, we say we carry on for you. This particular broadcast is a continuation of the last one I posted. So if you haven't watched the last one I posted, just go to the last news I dropped, the last broadcast I dropped, and check it. And if you really watched that live broadcast, you will even want to continue this particular one, because this is even a more interesting continuation of that particular video. We saw how, should I use the word sabo, or those who are in love with the Nigerian government and the Nigerian system were questioning Simon Èkpá. They all ganged up against Simon Èkpá, throwing him all kind of questions, trying to berate his struggle. One thing is for you to support, not to support Prime Minister Èkpá, but berating his struggle is a total discretion. And this is actually, a total sabotage to the struggle generally, to whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has built. Because Simon Èkpá is only doing the work of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Where his boss stopped, he continued. So they said all kinds of things, to Simon Èkpá to berate him. But in his wisdom and prowess and power, he was able to subdue them with his intelligence. And that is the part I want you to listen to. He said a lot of things, for people to know the kind of people we are fighting against. It's not only about the Nigerian government. No, even our own Igbo brothers and sisters are also the problem that we are having. But what more can we say? Please watch this video and please share to as many groups and platforms as possible.
Video IPOB 2019. Last year, July, I think July 28, ọtụtụ ndị news media buru ya bụ okwu na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu si mmadụ itukwuzi na n'ụlọ, sekwusizi itukwu n'ụlọ. And ihe m na-adị anụ gesi ma mụ abụrụ onye IPOB o, so ana m ajụ ka m na-ajụ na ọ na-agba apụta sị na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye ndu, Mazi Simon bụrụ prime minister. Ominili na unu adịghị egeziri Mazi Nnamdi okwu, maka na ọ bụ na anyị mabụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ji ọnụ ya wee sị through I think lawyer, I can't remember when you could that thing in either media this thing on the DOS that thing could that call lawyer catch a chetism when I was saying an actual sit at home what to kuzna no makia. Yeah, because when you're gonna tinya come yaga make up no born so come to ka can you tukuna sit at home or on contravention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or can we have when you do yeah Mazi Nnamdi Kanu call was game abuzo onye ndu the IPO makana Ibiana Kuna and what was the head ESN and what was one head IPOB na Ecolas Hanine into the question of Biafra BRGIE, right? Now, but the first adjunct Kembon Kiba Ngaju or Sistobo. Kedi him will equal Wasalon DOS Makana, MN or Tutuoge, Habiana and species, and Mekwa communicate, Quantum Wadisia. Na Ngema DJ. Nagima our IPOB. My name is IPOB. Mwada Abram Ebia, Jobagi, IPOB, IPOB, Abram IPOB, Marom. Manhana Bakota.
So first of all, and I'm going English because and then mail communication process on you. First of all, that you lose people during the war does not make you believe in Biafra. That's number one. I want to correct that because your actions and attitude suggest you never supported Biafra. And another question,
actions of Muma.
yes. I don't know on you, but your comment here suggests you can make me judge you.
So I draw you.
And I have judged you.
Support to Biafra.
No, I have judged you because if you are supporting Biafra, you know you cannot begin to indict me or start to castigate me on my process. I'm just responding to the comment you made before you ask the question. But at this point I am piloting the liberation of Biafra, and you can agree to that, whether you believe in it or not. So the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know why people all of a sudden you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Before, some of you were attacking him, planning how to capture him, because you think that if you capture him, Biafra is dead. Now you have captured him and you have seen a monster. If you can call me that. I'm not bothered about that. However, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being in captivity of the DSS under Nigeria cannot give us order. He is not here to know what is happening. We know what is happening better than him. And because we know whom he is, and we know what his stand is before he was captured, we cannot change our principle based on the fact that he was captured, and then from inside the prison, inside the DSS dungeon, he is giving us an order. That order never come from him. If they want to tell us that the order was coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they should release him and let him come and say it to the public. We have made that particular stand very, very clear. So we are not going to take any order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from DSS dungeon. The number two, what was the number two question? Because you will talk a lot of stories. And what was number two question?
Ajụjụ nke bụ Andrew was asking gị ọtụtụ oge ndị DOS
Okay. Yeah, I understand you. Well, I will not make a comment on that because as far as I'm concerned, and many Biafrans are concerned, that does not exist. Those people are the agent of Nigeria. And we call them the IPOB Nigeria. Political movement. Yes, that doesn't exist.
Okay, so
well, you can see whether they exist based on the action on ground. They don't have anything on ground. So we control the Biafra and we control Biafra land. And Biafra people are only loyal to the Biafra government in exile, not them.
Okay, Mr. Simon, question Madujo, statement rather somebody made, and I want you to react to that. He said that you are a criminal employed by the Nigerian government to cause these problems to an Igbo. What do you have to say to that? Because this is
a very ignorant. He's an ignorant person.
Let me finish.
He's an ignorant. I will also add that he's an ignorant fool.
Hold on.
If I am employed by Nigeria government, why are you supporting Nigeria government who will employ somebody to destroy Ali Igbo? Why do you want to
before you react so that you can react at once?
I'm reacting immediately.
Okay. Onye Pulifa is actually an IPOB member. Right?
He's not. Believe me. Do you not understand that these people are Nigeria IPOB? We call them IPOB Nigeria. That is their new name. They support election. They support everything in Nigeria. And when they fail, they come to Biafra struggle. These are the criminals that have been using Biafra struggle to enrich themselves and build their career in politics.
Okay, so you are saying you have nothing to do with
I have nothing with them. They are not Biafrans at this point.
I'm talking about Nigerian politicians. They don't give you any form of enticement whatsoever.
I don't have any contact with anybody, any politician in Nigeria, and I don't have anything to do with it. And I will never have anything to do with them. And I have said, if anybody have any dealing with Simon Èkpá, they should come and make it public. I will leave Biafra.
Okay, let's move forward. Thank you. Mighty Dot, do you have a question or you want a comment?
Well,
remember, sorry. Let me round it up before the Mighty Dot. Remember that during the election, they said Bola Tinubu paid me $20-something million to disenfranchise Obi. Now, election is over. I'm still fighting Tinubu. So how do you reconcile that?
Okay, that's fine. That's Mighty. In a question because I'm not question. I got to do a question. I'm not comment.
Okay.
Will come to you.
Yeah, I don't really have, but the only question I have is that the only thing I wanted to say is that it's an insult to many of the intelligent people here. He do that question that the question in Anaju that he's working for Nigeria. How can a country be paying somebody to destroy the country itself? And the country is still crying to Finland government.
Okay, Mighty,
Let's
I
move on,
have
Chief.
to mute you, because if you don't understand how government works, then your comment is actually invalid. Let's move forward. Kama Israel, you have a question or comment?
Yeah, I just have one question to ask Prime Minister Simon Èkpá.
Okay,
please, somebody said that he has 5 Gmail, and if he use 5 Gmail to vote, how do you verify it that is just one person that did it? Is there any way to verify that, because you said one man, one vote, one Gmail. So how do you verify people that use multiple Gmail to vote? Thank you.
We verify by the uploaded pictures and portrait we post while you are making the voting. So it is not just about Gmail. When you are registering for the self-referendum, you will be asked to upload your own personal pictures. So if you have 5 email and you upload 5 different pictures, it means that 5 people have voted.
Okay, thank you. Can move forward. Simon Èkpá, the gentle breeze.
One question. Well, not from me, but from someone.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is from Max. Let's say, is the referendum meant for symbolic purposes? If it's not for symbolic purposes, how does it affect the Igbo people in Igbo land practically? That's the question.
What does the person mean by symbolic? Are we fighting a symbolic war? We are already at war with Nigeria. So is it a symbolic war? We are fighting for freedom. The referendum, the self-referendum, is targeted at making sure that after we have concluded the referendum, have the number, and number is reasonable, we declare Biafra, the restoration of independent state of Biafra. And I have made that comment before. So you should be able to answer that particular question when they presented it to you, that the Simon Èkpá said that this particular referendum, after it has been conducted, we, the Biafra government in exile, will then declare the restoration of independent state of Biafra.
Okay, I have a question here from the comment section. Someone says, okay, 2 questions. One, I'll say, he claims he cannot take order or instructions from someone in captivity, but he goes about telling his followers that the reason he opposed DOS is because they refused to implement MNK's order for him to broadcast on Radio Biafra. So that's one question. Then number 2, he said the question is, can you ask him if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu got released today? Will he hand over to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? So respond to these 2 questions.
What are we handing over? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu remained the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. So what are we handing over? We're handing over the freedom to him. We're handing over the struggle to him. We are fighting for the liberation of Biafra. So if he come and we continue where we stop.
Okay, so you will remain because as it is right now, you are assuming the position of leadership. So when Nnamdi Kanu comes out, are you still going to be the leader?
He is my leader as of today. When he come out and make his position known that he's still in Biafra, we continue from where we stop. Is anybody dragging that? And people do not actually understand what is prime minister. Is prime minister the head of a nation?
Okay.
These are people who claim to be educated. They claim that some of them are commenting from abroad, probably. Is prime minister the head of a nation?
Prime minister is the governmental head of a nation.
Where are you?
Okay. Because I'm coordinated. Ada and Simon, I'm coordinated. Can I go transfer the mic around so that can address questions? Chief Doctor Ogwego, ask your question. Then we'll go to Ngene and as Chief Quello. Dr. Ogwego, ask your question.
Chief,
please,
Chief, I didn't clear because
please, Chief. Look, you see, it is either you want to use this your platform to educate people or not. Somebody made a comment here that Prime Minister is the head of a country. It's like people don't actually understand this, and you allow it to go by.
No.
We need to educate them. We need to educate her.
No, I actually muted her because you guys are having back and forth, and that is something
now because you made that comment and everybody heard it. So I want to tell her that Prime Minister is not the head of a country. That's number one. And she can go and make a research and Google what the role of the Prime Minister in the government is.
Head of a country.
Sorry?
A Prime Minister is the head of government. Not all of us are dumb. Not all of us are gullible. A Prime Minister is the head of government.
Hey. Nah.
I'm a head of government. I'm a government head. Dr. Gwego Kekeme. Akwibo Kigeji Ajaju Biko.
I'm here. Even English.
All right, my brother, go ahead.
English, so if me any them make web so Igbo because Makamam go to the Igbo space and ask English. Even our so-called Prime Minister, Ajubugi Adrum on our Igbo. Or the Ajubu Adju on Japan English, and I've been listening. Can no Koya na say he no na say Igbo. Ajubu Adju and answer kwa Igbo. Manaya deba. Ọ ga-ala m Igbo na onye wukwu onye nke a nna chen nnọkọ ebe a sensị gba nkịtị ekwuo m anything ịbịakwa ka m kwuo nke m esi okwu ọnwụ.
Don't worry, go ahead, please.
Yeah, brother, I ain't telling you what Igbo. That's just one thing to kind of one onye ọ na-amarụ. My question number one. Because our Prime Minister. My question so to aga the ESN uniform na enye nsogbu na Southeast ma ndị nke na-ekidnap ndị mmadụ achọrọ m ịma biko ESN nke ifọmụrụ na-ekidnap ndị mmadụ maka enwego m nke asọ ha na-asị enwego m first hand information from onye eburu na Ebiaje camp eruo na camp adọbịa na camp eme ihe niile na-asị na ha niile ego ha ji ego mgbọ and one or two n'ọnya ka eji ya chọrọ ego mgbọ ha eti okwe ihe ha eme okwe ihe ọnwụ na ha ewu the phone enweghị ha mere ha emetụghị aka atọ ha treatili aka ha nyere ya presidential treatment and ndị ha na-ebute ebe ha na-enye ha presidential treatment as insofar as na ya ekwetene ihe ha kwuru enye ha ego ha ji eme ihe ha burukwe gị ha ebu ezu ọdị moto ya onwe ihe even ma ndị polisi ya ha emeghị ihe ọnwụ na to the police ya atọ. So achọrọ m ịma number one ọkwa ndị ESN ụnụ ife na-eme ife ahụ one. The secondly achọrọ m ịma the struggle ịgbagoro mbọ onye isi bụ ya onye isi gị achọrọ m ịma your struggle emego ka release since on detention achọrọ m ịma ihe imego what and what maka with your tweets na-afụ between you and the lawyer dị in charge ya because your tweet is always fighting the lawyers gị na the lawyer na-anụ ọgụ mgbe ọnwụna dị in charge the case your tweets na mgbe ọnwụna gị na the lawyer na-agba mgba front and back mgbe ọnwụna. So I want to really know your own personal struggle ebe Nnamdi nọ ka release Nnamdi from DSS like your own personal hit go personally can Nnamdi but that's just my two simple questions. Thank you
very much. First of all, I have no personal struggle. This is a struggle of government. Biafra government is fighting Nigeria to see the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be released by just ordinary court. Court has released him. Is he free today? The answer is no. That is to tell you that no court is going to free him. It is going to come making sure that very soon we stop all oil exploration in Biafra land. This is what is going to compel the government to release him. And if he is not released, we declare the restoration of Biafra. We are going to capture many of them and use them as a prisoner exchange of prisoners. Number two, the ESN you called, we don't have ESN. What we have is Biafra Liberation Army. So go and ask those who kidnap in the name of ESN, who are they working for? Thank you.
Because can I ask because chief chief reaction to you
react just zakonata mogi can doesn't wake a biko biko Ngene, get straight to your question. Then, as the equal IJ, Ngene, over to you.
Chief.
No, it was a double mute. He should be fine after a while.
I'm
mute. Dalon. Amari no mantekwaka. Ajụjụ m nke izizi na-agalụ onye si na Prime Minister ndị Biafra in exile. Ajụjụ m nke mbụ na-agali ya. Ọ dịrị enough ị na-asụ oyibo si anyị economic strangulation of Nigeria. Aghọtara m ya maka na since m na-ene anya sit at home a na-eme ndị ọ na-eme affect enweela economic strangulation ndị Igbo ka ọ na-strangulate their economy. Amfụrụ m ka o si eme Nigeria affect ya gbaliela anyị ka o si eme Nigeria affect. Ọ bụ na ndị Niger Delta anyị mana mgbe ha na-akụwa pipeline na ọsịa na Ọstria na ọ na-asabotaje Nigeria economy ya kụziela anyị gbaliela anyị nke ka a sit at home si strangulate Nigeria economy. That is one. Nke bụ awụrụ ọ na-egekwe ntị kedu indices kedu yastik o ji emeshọ success maka mgbe ọbụla ọ na-asị na ibe niile ọ na-eme dị successful ihe niile ọ na-eme dị successful kedu yastik o ji emeshọ dị success because anyị nwewu ndị Igbo nọ n'ala Igbo ọ bụrụ maka ha nwa nọ n'obodo oyibo ụmụ ha na-agụ akwụkwọ ha na-alụ ọrụ na Monde na-asị anyị sit at home ebe anyị nwa nọ n'ala Igbo wu ndị Igbo na-agwa unu na ihe unu na-eme adịrị anyị mma si nọ na chọọ another way ị na-asị anyị na ọ dị successful. So all two simple question kedu ka isi believe on ihe na-eme na strangulate Nigeria economy? That is one. Number two, kedu ya stick iji emesho success gị ebe anyị nwa na-efili the bond na-agwa gị na ọ dị ọzọ anyị mma ịchọọ ịnata jụọ ndị Igbo taa ndị Igbo na Enugu na Anambra na the whole southeast jụọ ha ma ha kacha sit at home. Jenu ka njụcha ajụjụ na-asị m ka you answer me. Don't cut me. Don't cut me short. Ka njụcha ajụjụ ọga.
Let me answer this one, please.
Okay.
So, your problem. Can somebody mute? Can you mute yourself because I'm hearing myself? Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, your problem is caused by Nigeria, not Simon Èkpá. I'm not the reason why you are not educated to know what the government of.
I'm more educated than you are. I am more educated than you are. You've been talking like an idiot.
Can you not interrupt me, please? If you are educated, you will know that the Southeast governors have released the impact of sit at home in the Southeast, and it is not from your pocket. The economic loss to sit at home is not measured from what you are getting to your pocket. It is measured by the revenue that the government is generating, and they have seen almost 10 billion loss, as at last year or so. That's number one. So if you are educated, you will be able to follow up the report, the economic indices, and the report coming from the governors that you are believing in today. Number two.
How does the government make its money, your guy?
Can you just keep quiet?
Chelụnụ ka anyị just ji n'ihe nwayọ nwayọ. Anyị na-amụta education na-aga left and right. Anyị mama nke left ka anyị nọ kịta. Chelụnụ biko. Ngwa Simon Jebaniru o. Onwe ka na-eme etu. Go on. Jema.
Again, you talk about the pipeline of Niger Delta. The Biafra government are now making sure that we delegitimize Nigeria, also stopping them from exploiting oil. And the oil pipeline will be going on flame until they leave our land. That is happening as we speak. And another thing is that I am not here for you people to agree. There is always a two sides to a coin. You believe and you don't believe. And very, very fortunate to me and many Biafrans is that those who believe in what we are doing are bigger than you in number. And that is democracy. So it does not matter what your opinion are on this. Since you don't believe in Biafra, we can never force you to believe in Biafra. But those who believe in Biafra are bigger in number than you. And let me tell you, what we are going to do to you people, you are going to be surprised. We will adopt even more stringent measures.
You are going to allow this person to make threats?
We are going to adopt more stringent.
Simon, yeah, Chalo. One thing that will not happen, any space of a host threats, it cannot fly. I try my threats. You can open your own space and threaten people. Some might be radicalized, some might not be, some might be sitting on the fence. That's fine. But allowing threats to fly here will not work. Simon, In which you may pay your own space, sequel to this, that's fine. That conversation will continue, but I will not allow you to make threats on this space. Go ahead with your comments so you can extend more questions.
If you had
Go ahead, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Mute yourself, Simon.
Yeah, if you had listened to me, you would know that there is nothing like threat. I am only explaining the stringent measures that the Biafra government will adopt, and I make reference to South Korea. So some of you are looking for a better life, looking for civilization, and I'm making reference to.
And hold on, let him land so that I can hear what he wants to say. Hold on.
Bikono, Ada, can you stop this thing? Stop interjecting. Bikono, let's respect each other. Stop interjecting. Simon, go ahead.
And then I am making reference to South Korea. And then you talk about threat. Is that a threat? South Korea adopted a policy that those who did not support their freedom during the time of their independence fighting will not have citizenship. It is a measure that government can adopt to punish those who did not support the freedom. And I made it very clear here. So South Korea is a very developed country. You can go and check it. Is that a threat?
Okay, so what you are saying here, got it clear to everybody.
Chief, because my question, or my question.
No, Ngene, please don't.
Ngene, we're coming back to you. Ngene.
Please, we'll come back to you. Hold on. I want to hear what you said.
On my question, he did not answer my question. He did not. Second question, he kept here bragging here. Not the successful, not some of four. Arrive in a success here. He did not answer the question.
You cannot be here asking me for yardstick. Do you have any yardstick in Nigeria to measure your own success?
Yes, I have a yardstick. I'm going to get barrier at the whole southeast. People want the sit at home to stop. That's a yardstick.
Sit at home cannot stop. Sit at home cannot stop until Biafra comes.
Because you are struggling for your.
Ngini Chelo, Simon, I think you get Chelo Kokucha Kihota Jujia. So that you will not just be listening to respond. At least you are on ground, on the southeast. Biko. Thank you. Mgina mami chori judge gozo ko ijuchago. Thank you.
Yeah. Now Biko, come kukwe again in case of Rotara. I told him, I'm na southeast. Urezi bonyi Igbo. Na bombo na ani Igbo. Ndị Igbo niile na-ebe akwa si kwụsịrị ha sit at home. What makes one a leader is to listen to your people. That's a yardstick. Na ndị Igbo niile nọ na southeast na asịsị kwụsị sit at home. Gị nwa na ndị otu gị nọ na diaspora na Finland na asị na ọ na work. I want to know the yardstick ije ma arrive na sit at home gị is not hurting ndị Igbo, rather it is favoring ndị Igbo. I want to understand the yardstick. Ka m wee mali ihe m na-eme.
It is favoring Igbo because the sit at home will make the international community to understand your plight in Nigeria. Of course, I don't say that. I'm not saying that you must understand me because this is beyond your own understanding. And in a state of war, you do not expect to be eating in the golden plate and golden spoon. Nigeria is at war, and you must not be fighting about your pleasure or your businesses and all that. A lot of business have been destroyed in Lagos. How have you been able to solve the problem of those whom their businesses have been burned in Lagos after the election? Have you been able to approach and how do you handle
Lagos,
that?
Lagos is not my business. My business is
Lagos is not your business. That is the problem. It is my business because you don't care about any other person except yourself.
Is Lagos part of Biafra? Why should Lagos be your business? Is it part of Biafra?
Are you not in Nigeria? Are you not in Nigeria? Are you not in Nigeria?
Please. Sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
Simon, you didn't really give the yardstick you are using to measure. But then it's in any yardstick that is working in Nigeria. So apparently there is no way to measure the success of this thing. So it's just about let's continue doing it, whether people like it or not. Provided the order comes from you. No, if I can't get them, then we'll continue to do that. Meanwhile, we don't want this thing to continue. Okay, that said, another question I want to ask you is something a lot of people would want to ask you. Do you really enjoy this bloodshed and then when unable? do you really enjoy this bloodshed? Anebu Makai, Anebu Ndenna, Azwafia. Do you enjoy it? Nanibo. I'm not talking of any other place than Nigeria. You can go ahead and answer the question.
Thank you very much. That's actually the reason why I came into the struggle in the first place. The question you should be asking yourself before Simon Èkpá in 2019 or before Simon Èkpá in 2022, what was the issue of security in Igbo? Were there no killings? That is the question. Before Simon Èkpá emerged, were there not bloodshed? And who was responsible? Simon Èkpá only came as a good guy to stop it. So, and of course, some of you have fallen to the to the trap of being used as a propagandist to project the propaganda and the narrative of the enemies. And I'm not moved. That's why some of you see me as a heartless person, because none of your propaganda moves me. I have a target. The target is to free my people from the Nigeria onslaught. That onslaught has been there before Simon Èkpá emergence. But today, some of you are, some of you, of course, very few of you, are making it as if the bloodshed in Igbo land started immediately Simon Èkpá appeared. But it was as a result of the bloodshed that gave birth to Simon Èkpá. But none of you are talking about it. And also, not just in Igbo land. It is all over Nigeria. People are